thing I can talk about firsthand is actually the both postings I've had. I've worked with civilian police. Uh, I don't know what you meant by civilian police, like actually on the post or off the post, but I'm gonna cover both. So at Carson, when I was there for 6 years, when I did work the road, we had military police, and we had DA police, which are district, district of the Army. So one of the uniforms right here, DA cops, district of the Army Police, and they are contractors. They are rent. They are rented policemen that are there on the post to supplement when we are deployed. That is the main purpose of them. Whatever they may tell you, whatever them trying to take over and take over the world, that's what their job is. And they're talking about letting them go because we are coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan and going to be staying down a lot more years. So they're talking about replacing a lot of them. How is it? It's kind of, it depends. You got black, white, and you got gray. Or you got good, bad, and you got ugly. Or you got, cordial. A big thing is with the DA police is they, not that they're not, but they act like real policemen. Real policemen. I've had a handful of them walk around with their gun loaded, one in the chamber, hammer cocked back, on fire. Well, it takes 5-6 pounds of pressure to pull the trigger, and someone could bump them and it could go off. But they're super cops. Whatever. That kind of made me kind of iffy around them. A lot of them thought they were Magnum PI and Dirty Harry, and I'm like, it's 4 Carson, do your job, treat people with respect. They'll treat you with respect, not like you're gung ho about arresting everybody in sight. So, but then there's some that don't do anything. They're just lazy and they just sit there and they don't do anything. And you're like, are you ever gonna do anything, or are you gonna sit in the station all night? And then you fight back and forth like brothers and sisters would fight little kids. We'd bicker between each other, who has to do this, who has to do that. Well, that's beneath me. Like all the escorts, MPs did. Go figure. All the money escorts, all of the security escorts, MPs did. But the DA cops could never do because it was beneath them. So it all depended. And then some were good. Like I had good friends. Sergeant Hoagie used to work there. Good man. He was a senior desk sergeant. A couple other handful of actually policemen were really good to work with. And a lot of them thought they were above you because they'd been in the Army, so they would pull them. Well, I was a staff sergeant in the United States Army. I said the key word in your sentence was, were in the United States Army staff sergeant, not anymore. So I'm a specialist and I'm asking you to do something as the desk sergeant, or sergeant as a desk sergeant, and they just want to hear it. So there's that. So it depends. You can go to Fort Drum, it might be cool to work on them, it might be bad. It all depends. But they're not in the military, so they don't have the same guidelines and rules that we have. And you can't treat them like they're in the military because they won't take it. Like the whole MPI section was all civilian. It was ridiculous. It was, the lieutenant was, whatever, and then that's a whole different story. And then actually in SHAPE, we work with federal police, which are the Belgian federal police, which are civilian cops. And going back to Carson, we did work with the El Paso Sheriff's County Department for bus and buys and stuff like that, and cool stuff. We work with CSPD, we work with CHP a lot because they bring in DUIs and use our intoxilizer. So you work with them, and it's pretty neat to hear their stories and for you to tell them theirs and to get with somebody on a case. It's actually really cool. And the last part of the question, yes, we share the same station. They have their little locker room, we have our little locker room, and we coincide in the same station. But they have their own headquarters building, just like we have our own company. But I hope this answered all the questions, and I hope some other people find this I hope people find this information helpful, and not just some other MP acting like a donkey and putting his vest on and raiding the barracks like they did in 787 video that says MPs. I really feel ashamed that I'm an MP when I see videos like that. So I hope this is information that's good for everyone involved, and to get a little picture of what MPs do and what MPs think about certain things and how we interact with other civilian police officers and all that good stuff. So stay tuned. I'm going to have another video on touring the MP station, touring police vehicles, lights, cool things, maybe a traffic stop, we'll see. Also showing some training that we do. I actually have a range video, check it out. Also I will be doing another video on military appearance, military police appearance, putting together a uniform. There's just cool videos coming up. So stay tuned, and I'll see you later.